The United States Senate earlier this month unanimously approved the legislation that would ban the use of TikTok on government phones and devices as part of the push to combat security concerns related to the Chinese-owned social media company. The legislation, introduced by Republican Senator Josh Hawley, was passed via unanimous consent, meaning that no member objected to the bill. Hawley, who has been leading the political campaign against Chinese app, just 24 hours ago reposted his encounter with TikTok executive in a House committee hearing. Here's what happened.
Senator Hawley, you're recognized for your questions.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Thanks to all the witnesses for being here. Ms. Pappas, let me start with you. I have to say it's great to see you here today. I have repeatedly invited your company to testify before Congress. I invited them to testify to the Judiciary Subcommittee on Crime and Terrorism in November of 2019. I invited them to testify again in September of the following year. Both times we were stiffed. TikTok told me that they would set up a meeting with the CEO. They didn't want to testify in public, but they set up a meeting with the CEO after November 2019. They then canceled that meeting. So it's nice to see TikTok being willing to answer questions in public. It's a pleasant change. Let's dig into a few things if we could, specifically about TikTok's links to the Chinese Communist Party. In response to a letter from some of my colleagues, TikTok claimed earlier this year that the company has never shared data, never, with the Chinese government. Is that correct?
That is correct, yes.
And has never shared data with the Chinese Communist Party. Is that correct?
We will never share data, period.
My question was in the past tense. Has TikTok ever shared data with the Chinese Communist Party?
We have never shared data with the Chinese government, correct?
With the Chinese Communist Party?
Yes, correct.
Do you have any, have you ever shared it with two members of the Chinese Communist Party?
We have said many times, Senator, that we do have Chinese engineers based in China. I don't think there's any platform up here that would be able to speak to what you're talking about as it relates to the political affiliation of an individual. But I'm happy to assure you that we are ensuring the access controls around our data as well as the storage of that data in the United States.
So I think you're telling me that there are TikTok employees or ByteDance employees who are members of the Chinese Communist Party? Is that what I take?
No, I'm saying I wouldn't be able to verify that.
Oh, well, let me just ask you that affirmatively. Are there TikTok employees or ByteDance employees who are members of the Chinese Communist Party?
Senator, I'm saying nobody that's sitting on this panel could tell you a political
I'm not interested
affiliation
about anybody's opinion. I'm asking you a factual question. Are there members of the Chinese Communist Party employed by TikTok and ByteDance, yes or no?
I wouldn't be able to tell you the political affiliation
know?
of any individual. What I can tell you is how much we're investing.
I know membership in the Communist Chinese Party is not exactly like membership in the Democrat Party.
Controls.
So I'm looking for an answer. You tell me you don't know? TikTok doesn't know?
Here's what I can tell you. I can tell you that our U.S. and Singapore leadership, there are no CCP members. I can tell you.
So you do know that, but you're telling me that you don't know if there are any members who are employed by TikTok or ByteDance, members of the Chinese Communist Party?
Senator, I'm happy to share that we are putting access controls.
That's not my question. My question is, that's not my question. My question is, are there any TikTok employees or ByteDance members, members of the Chinese Communist Party? Yes or no?
Senator, I'm saying nobody could sit up here and give you that.
So you don't
answer.
know? You're saying you don't know. You do know your leadership isn't, but you don't know about your employees. Is that your testimony?
I know that everyone who makes a strategic decision at this platform is not a member of the CCP.
A strategic decision. Okay. It's interesting. It's interesting to me that you're quite confident that anyone who can make a strategic decision, how many people is that?
It's our leadership team. So
number?
And again, the leadership team is based in the U.S. and Singapore. Our CEO is based in Singapore. He's not Chinese. Happy to go into the efforts that
Would it surprise you to learn that Forbes magazine recently reported that at least 300 current TikTok or ByteDance employees were members of Chinese state media and affiliated with the Chinese Communist Party?
Again, we don't look at the political affiliations, so can't speak to individuals, but what I can tell you is we're protecting the data in the United States.
Well, apparently, though, you do look at political affiliation because you're quite willing to sit here and tell me that no one who has strategic input or makes strategic decisions is a member of the Chinese Communist Party. So you do know very well, as a matter of fact. You just don't want to answer my other question.
We have thousands of people that work at the company, so I'm not going to vouch on the political affiliation of any particular individual What
Have
I
you
can
seen the
vouch
videos
for-
of Chinese Communist Party members conducting training for TikTok and ByteDance employees
No.
in China? That's fake?
I do not know what you're referring to, but what I can tell
Has
you
that
is
happened?
any decision.
Has that happened?
Sir, I just said that I couldn't be able to tell you. I haven't seen it. I'm not sure what you're referring to, but I'm happy to follow up. But what I
Wait, I'm sorry. Let's go back. Let's see if we can cut through the mumbo jumbo. I'm asking you if the Chinese Communist Party has conducted training sessions ever for employees of ByteDance or TikTok, yes or no?
Not for TikTok. TikTok, the app, does not operate in China. We are subject
You have
to US
employees
law.
in China. ByteDance has employees in China. Listen, we've been through this song
We
and
have-
dance, so let's just skip that. I've heard it all before.
Senator, I appreciate.
Answer my
appreciate that.
question.
We are-
Yes or no? Have they conducted training for ByteDance employees or
I can
TikTok
speak-
employees?
I can speak on behalf of TikTok, and the answer is no.
No, that's interesting. Do any TikTok employees based in China have access to U.S. user data?
As we have publicly said, yes, we have engineers in China.
But
and we
none
are
of them are
working on
members of the Chinese
access
Communist Party.
controls. We are working on the access controls to minimize that
I've
data
heard
access.
that. I frankly
working
don't
with
believe
the
any of
United
it.
States and through the CFIUS.
Wait. So your testimony is that you do have TikTok employees based in China who do have access to U.S. user data, but you're confident that none of them are members of the Chinese Communist Party and have ever accessed it? Is that your
Anyone who
testimony?
has access to U.S. user data has and does so to perform daily duties. So if it is for the performance of site management, bug handling, but we have strict controls in terms of who and how our data is accessed. Furthermore,
And none of that's accessible to any member of the Chinese Communist Party. Is that your testimony?
we believe we have the strictest controls
That's
out
not
there.
my
and we're
question.
actually
That's not my
working
question.
with
My question is,
Oracle.
does anyone who have access to user data, are they members of the Chinese Communist Party?
I feel like I've answered your question.
You haven't, and I feel like you're avoiding it
No,
at
I-
every opportunity. So let me give you another one, since you're on the
Let me-
record and
can
indeed
I be
under
as
oath.
clear as
I would welcome you being
Okay,
clear. Do
thank you.
any person who has access to U.S. user data, are they members of the Chinese Communist Party? Yes
Let
or no?
me be clear again.
Yes or no?
For our U.S. users, the data is stored and housed in the United States. We have access controls.
You're not
in
answering my
place.
point. Let the record
And
reflect you will
for-
not answer my question. Why
For
not?
any of that data, it's overseen by our U.S.-led security team.
That's not
and
that's not my
monitored
question.
daily.
That's not my question. My question
Furthermore,
is, does
that data-
any employee who has access to U.S. user data, are they members of the Chinese Communist Party? You won't
And
answer
again,
that
as
question.
a global technology platform, there is no other company that could make that assertion either.
That sounds like a yes to me. I think that's news. You're familiar, I know, with this BuzzFeed article that says that according to leaked audio from more than 80 internal TikTok meetings, China-based employees at ByteDance have repeatedly accessed non-public data about U.S. TikTok users. Everything is seen in China, said a member of TikTok's Trust and Safety Department in a September 2021 meeting. In another September meeting, a director referred to one Beijing-based engineer as a master admin who has access to everything. These reports show data was accessed far more frequently and recently than previously reported. And your testimony is that this is false?
Correct.
All of this is false.
That is correct.
No, so there are
Everything that you just stated, there is no such thing as a master account at the
that's not
company,
what it says. It
period.
says that someone is referred to as a master admin.
Well-
But you're telling me that China-based employees have never accessed non-public data of U.S. TikTok users?
No,
claim
we've
is.
already said on the record that we have Chinese employees who have access data.
Well, that's what this is saying. So you agree?
If you want to clarify on each individual statement, I'm saying that there is strict access controls around the data that is accessed in the United States that is overseen by our U.S.-led security team. We are working with Oracle.
That's
who
not what
have
that's
now-
not what this article says.
We disagree with the categorization in that article wholeheartedly.
Oh. Well, here's the point. I know there are other senators who want to ask questions. I think we're going to have a second round. What the truth appears to be, besides the fact that we can't get a straight answer on any of these questions, is that you have hundreds of employees with, it appears, access to U.S. user data that may very well be members of the Chinese Communist Party. You have no way to assure me that they don't have access to our citizens' data. And you won't answer my question in a straightforward way about whether a CCP member has ever gained access or not. I think, from my own point of view, that's a huge security problem.
Senator, If I may, we are one of the most highly scrutinized platforms. There have been many cybersecurity experts who have researched our platforms, including Citizen Lab, which is a leading academic research unit based in the University of Toronto, who have said, and I am happy to submit this for the record for the committee, that our research shows that there is no overt data transmission to the Chinese government by TikTok. TikTok's program
Overt.
features
Overt?
and codes do not pose a threat to national security.
Wait a minute. Overt
There are
data
also-
transmission? Ms. Pappas, this isn't a hearing for you to testify at will. You're here to answer questions.
I'm providing you with
So,
information.
no, you're not. You're talking over me, and you're submitting the information from, who knows who funds this entity? Who knows who's behind it? Who knows what it contains? I don't know. What I do know is you won't give me straight answers to my questions, and the reason, I think, is pretty clear, because your company has a lot to hide. You're a walking security nightmare, and for every American who uses this app, I'm concerned.